I would say the prayer life. Um, Beyond that, I can't really say. I can't put my finger on it. I just simply have. I've had my struggles with faith. Certainly, everyone does, but I would say in recent years, it's become stronger than ever. I've been through a lot of things in life that were not pleasant, had my ups and downs. But I would say it would have to be the prayer life that really keeps it alive, because there I am thinking of Jung there, where he was once asked about, did he know, he was thinking of something completely different, but he was asked, did he believe in God? And he says, I don't have to believe, I know. I think I can say the same sort of thing. I've never had a sense that God was not present. I've never in a sense had a sense of the absence of God. It's always just been there.
Yes, it's very hard. I think for whatever reason, anything that goes wrong, or seems not to make sense, or I can't understand what the divine meaning is, what the divine purpose is, it always seems to me to do with disorder, and a profound disorder. It doesn't seem to me, of its very character, it doesn't seem to me to announce something ultimate, so that I only have the sense of things going wrong, because things going right is somehow, you can have 40 bad days and then one good day, and somehow the good day is more overwhelmingly disclosive. So that, I've always assumed that everything is profoundly fallen, and that means that something demonic is in charge a lot of the time. In that sense, David is right, we're not Gnostic enough, not in a literal sense, but we don't take seriously enough St. Paul's view that, very bad cosmic forces are in charge. And yet you can be feeling terrible, and every time you get up in the dawn and you see the sun breaking through the mist, that brings you back, I think, or at least it brings me back, and a lot of the time what humans do seems to be a mess, and your relationships with other human beings don't seem to be right, and yet nature always seems to speak and be demanding of us something else, that it's as if the stage is set for something noble and festive and wonderful, but we're not performing it, we're not putting on the festival. But all the time, you only have to look at the beauties of nature, and I think that's always calling you back again. And then the other thing is, this is Easter week, and the image of the cross is suggesting that we can't avoid going through suffering if things are going to be restorative. On a human level, did everything make sense to Christ? Wasn't it very unclear why he was suffering, exactly why? And somehow we have to pass through that darkness, but we do so, I think, in the name of these signs of something hopeful, something more hopeful, because it's always deeper. That the evil is always unreal. It's either comically dreadful or it's disconcertingly absurd, and just feels inherently poisonous. But it's never as real and simple as a lovely day by the seaside, you know?
Reading those, not so much modern theological writings, which are already highly abstracted within very particular frameworks, but reading especially the pre-Nicene figures opens up a way of looking at the world as that which is in process under the guiding providence of God. His hands, the Son, the Spirit, moulding all of these things so that at the end we will be where we're called to be from the beginning. The way that is centered or principled or starting point or hypothesized from the death and resurrection of Christ, again, not as two separate things, but as the unitary event of Pascha, that being the end point of all existence anyway. Whatever comes into being will die. That gives us a vantage point in which we can look at the world and see how it is all in process towards that end. Not just a series of random events or the mixtures that we have in this world of absolute horror and absolute beauty. Yeah? Birth pangs. The world is labouring in travail. Yeah? But you can only get that sense of labouring in travail if you have a sense, an idea of what that outcome is going to be. And that outcome is shown to us in the death and resurrection of Christ, as proclaimed in accordance with the Scripture, enabling us to see the movement from the beginning to the end, from Adam to Christ, from type to reality, from conception, Genesis with one end coming to existence, to birth into life through the end.